Alright, we're out again today with the Arrma Granite 665 Mega. This video has been a long time in the making. I kept running into a lot of issues with the upgrades on this truck. I used a Hobbywing 10BL120 with the 3660 3700 kV motor. I have it with a 14 tooth pinion. Originally built it with an 18 tooth pinion, but it was just way too much gearing. It was getting really hot. It's a tight fit in the shorter wheelbase Granite chassis. I added a heat sink and fan to the motor because it was getting a little warm. So the first time I headed out after doing the brushless conversion, I hit up the dirt track. I just assumed it was going to be tough, hold up to everything just fine. But within a few minutes, I stripped the front diff. Whoa, whoa! I didn't know that was coming. Whoa! That really...
She rotates.
She does rotate.
She rotates.
I'm used to a little longer wheelbase.
She rotates.
That brakes up already? Definitely has a click though. I'll go a little longer. No, that's definitely something making noise. I kind of thought it was a fluke. I ordered up a replacement plastic diff for it. I installed it, took it out for a quick little test drive. I didn't even film this one. I was in the parking lot of my parking complex and went off a speed bump, and when I landed it destroyed another front diff. So 2 front diffs in about 5 minutes of driving. So after blowing up 2 plastic diffs, I just decided to go all out and get metal diffs. I replaced them front and rear. I went out to my local concrete skate park, bashed around, got a little bit longer out of it, maybe 7-8 minutes out of it. I did give it some pretty hard sends. See what we broke. I feel like we had to break something on that. That was crazy. Did land on the wheels. All right, held up. Right onto the nose. Took it though. Do one more. Gotta be careful. Let's see if we broke anything. Okay, so I've seemed to lost drive to my rear wheels. It's actually kind of like acting like it has a center differential, but it does not. I can spin the rear wheels. I don't hear any crunching. I know I just put the metal diffs front and rear, so I don't think it's diffs. I kind of think that torque coupler took a crap. Have to get home, take it apart, see what's broken. All right, back home, got it all apart. I got the overload coupler out. It's only supposed to have a little bit of slip, but I could just spin it indefinitely. The fact that I could just do it free by hand is pretty much indicating this thing's shot. Let's open it up and take a look. Alright, still not exactly sure what's broken. Kind of looks like a big servo saver almost, but I can spin it free. And none of these teeth seem to be moving, so I think whatever joins those up snapped off. Wonder if I could take it further apart. Alright, we got the broken part. There's a little plastic boss inside there that snapped off from this main tooth gear. And that's why it was free spinning. It was acting like a blown center diff. All the power was going to the front wheels. So I blew up the overload coupler. They use that instead of a slipper clutch in the 665 models. And I really think that was the problem all along. I just think it doesn't allow much slip. On all my other 3S Arrmas with a slipper clutch, I've never blown up a front diff. And then with the 3S power, I was blowing up diffs. When I went to the metal diffs, then it blew up the coupler. So the coupler just does not handle 3S power. I don't care what Arrma says. So after all that, I just did the upgrade I probably should have done first after doing the brushless conversion. I got the center differential off the 223S version of this truck. Hopefully we got the right combination of parts now for this truck to be reliable on 3S. Alright, we're going to do some speed tests. Haven't done that yet on this truck. We're going to do 2S and 3S. And then there is a little skate park around here. We're going to see how it holds up, make sure all the upgrades are working right. Alright, let's get out and have some fun. Alright, 2S speed run. I got a Dumbo RC. I noticed the little gyro wiggle there. Turn that down. Cutting out. Also doesn't sound that great.
It is a complete metal drivetrain now, though.
Let's see what we got. 36 miles an hour on 2S. I have a 14 tooth pinion. I think the 3700 kV motor is just a little too much. The 223S does come with a 3100 kV. Probably should have gone with the 3150 kV from Hobbywing, but 36 on 2S is very impressive. Let's throw a 3S in there, see if that helps a little bit. All right, 3S speed run. Still on the stock fluid on the center diff I got for it. Does seem to send a lot to the front. Doesn't wheelie as easy anymore. I think that will probably be my first modification. Thicker fluid. See those front tires ballooning. No cutting out on 3S. I think 2S just didn't have enough oomph. See what we got. 43 miles an hour. Let's go again. I don't think I was on it long enough. That definitely seemed a lot faster than it was on 2S, so. Really hard to control with those ballooning front tires. All right, let's double check. I'd like to top 50 in this. 47. But if I had a little more room, I could probably get 50. Really not a top speed car anyways. Short wheelbase basher. All right, let's hit up that skate park. All right, so a little skate park action. A little smaller park. Good for mini bashers, but let's see how it does. Oops, stopped it a little early, trying to get that backflip. Jeez. There we go. Oh, it looks like the front of the body popped off. I knew I'd lose a little air control with the center diff, but I really seem to have lost a lot of air control with the center diff. Nice and smooth there. Definitely needs some thicker oil. Sounds like in the shocks too, slamming pretty good on those jumps. All right, so the skate park wasn't really set up well for RC cars. Not really designed for that, but got this big field here. Figured might as well do an off-road speed test. Got plenty of room here. Let's see what she does. Handles better than that sealed pavement of earlier. Moving pretty good. Let's see what we got. So 43 off-road. I think that just goes to show how much more this car has on pavement.
With a little bit of tuning on that center diff, I bet it's well over 50 miles an hour.
All right, so back home with the Arrma Granite 665. I gotta say, I'm not very impressed with this truck. I had a lot of issues between the plastic diffs blowing up and the overload coupler blowing up. I really think the overload coupler was the culprit. It can't handle 3S power. It was not allowing enough slip, and with the plastic diffs, that was just stripping those out. And when I went to the metal diffs, it just destroyed the torque coupler. I really think these should have came with the slipper clutch from the factory. Don't know why they changed from that. That's what they always used to use. Never had any problems in any of my other 3S Arrmas with the slipper clutch. I got the center differential from Jenny's RC, so it was a takeoff from a new truck. Should have had fluid in it, but I did not open it up. But that did seem pretty loose. A lot of the power was going to the front wheels. Saw them ballooning pretty bad on the speed passes. Lost a lot of air control in the air. So I'll probably have to open it up again and put thicker fluid in the center differential. The suspension and chassis were fairly tough, had no issues there. So overall, I would say if you really want a Granite, just go with the 223S version. The 665 motor didn't have a lot of power, no more speed than I had with the old 550 Mega system they used. The overload coupler destroying my diffs once I went to 3S power. It can't handle that extra power. I've never really been much of a short wheelbase guy anyways. All right, thanks for watching.